Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D, coming to you live with another video. This week I'm going to be talking about some of the changes that Uber has made since I started. Now, because these people in my comments from some of my previous videos, for instance, 7 months ago, think that I'm lying because a lot of the things have changed since 7 months ago. I'm just going to go ahead and lay some stuff out there and explain some of the changes that have been made, how it affects me, and how it affects a lot of the other drivers out there. Now, I know it's impacting some people's money. I know it's pissing a lot of people off. And so I just want to go ahead and throw it out there and let you guys know some of the business that has changed for me and what's been going on. So guys, with that said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so again, my name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D. I have personally been an Uber driver since last December, so December of 2014. It is now January of 2016, and I have slowed down driving significantly. What? Let me tell you why. Because when I started in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Uber, I think their fares at the time were $1.60 a mile, and it was 30 cents a minute, excuse me. But now, since then, it's dropped twice. So they've dropped my income twice. What? Shitty. So what's going on here is in Minneapolis, when I started, there was 200 to 300 drivers in Minnesota. Now I've been put on the fact that there's almost 6,000 and growing. I just read an article about Lake Tahoe, which is a little smaller city than Minneapolis. And what I've learned from that article says that Uber's goal is to put 10,000 drivers in Lake Tahoe by the end of 2016. Now, to me, that just seems like a scam. That just seems horrible. And the reason being is because the people that are driving, when I started, 300 drivers out there, there was a demand. I could get a lot of calls. I could get a lot of rides. I had people, they weren't bitching about the fare amounts. They were happy about the fares because it was still a lot cheaper than taxis, but Uber went ahead and just chopped that down. They went down to like $1.30 a mile to 20 cents a minute, 17 cents a minute is what it was, excuse me. So then instantly I lost 30 cents a mile. Now that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. That's almost half of what I can write off in my gas mileage. Now, what's interesting is that since then I've gotten a ton of people to sign up. I do depend on those referrals, but I've gotten a ton of people to sign up, and I personally feel bad because when I had them sign up, it was a different game. It was a different game. Now, for me, I drive a 2008 Chevy Trailblazer. I get about 15 miles to the gallon. What? So just for an example, I took a ride the other day and it was 22 miles. I used to earn my earnings. So if you guys are Uber drivers, you'll know what I'm talking about. Earnings versus what your actual fare was. When I used to drive, I would average like $1.30 a mile in earnings. But now, it's way different. I just took a ride the other day. It was 22 miles. When I got done, the fare was $22, and then my earnings on it were less than 20 bucks. I drove from point B, wherever I was. I picked them up at point A, drove them to point B, and then after point B, I drove home. Now, because there was so many drivers, mind you, it was a Saturday night too, because there were so many drivers out there, I drove from point B back towards my house hoping to get a ride, but I was way out there, about 35 minutes away. I didn't even get a call on the way back because there was so many drivers out. I'm not saying that the demand wasn't there, because the demand is definitely there, but you can't really compete with, 3,000 drivers out there at a time, maybe just 1,000. I don't know. I can tell you that downtown Minneapolis had, I don't know, I'd say 300 to 400 drivers within a few square miles. It was absolutely insane. So there was no money for me to be made that night. And what Uber's been doing is getting all these people to sign up. Now, mind you, the turnover rate's pretty crazy because it's tough on your cars. People don't know how to do their taxes. People don't know how to deal with their expenses, stuff like that. So there's a lot of turnover, and people do it as a second job. But so what Uber's strategy seems to be is get as many people as you can to sign up, because even if they only work for a week, at least we'll cover those 24, 25 rides, whatever. But what's pissing me off is now, once I finish that ride from point B back to home, I got done with my Sherpa Share app, which is what I use to track my mileage. Sherpa Share. I got done with that, and my expenses were more than what I made.
What?
On a Saturday night. It was extremely discouraging. It really pissed me off. And the fact is that now I've got friends of mine that I've referred that have been driving for Uber, and it was good at first, but now instead of taking the 20% like they were taking when I signed up, they're taking 28% from these people, and instead of paying $1.70 a mile, they're only paying $1. Now in Detroit, it's even worse. It's 30 cents a mile. I don't know how people can make ends meet unless they're just going, 3, 4, 5, 6 block rides and giving minimum rides all day, and that's all they get, and they just make a couple bucks on each ride. It's insane. And so Uber, you have officially pissed me off.
Oh shit, y'all pissed Anthony D off.
You're driving me nuts. Quit dropping the fares on my fans and stop doing this to the people. People need to make $1, and you guys are making billions of them. So lay the fuck off. This guy's crazy. Anyways, I just wanted to throw it out there, guys. I apologize if you feel like you've been misinformed because you've only watched my older videos. Now, let me say that I try to keep you guys up to date. I try to lay it out there. And Uber, I'm not going to say that it's a bad gig. In fact, it's one of the very few gigs that you can get, that you can be in control of your own schedule, that you can work when you want, and that you can work until you hit whatever dollar amount you need to make. But at the same time, the hustle has been getting a lot harder. You have to strategize. You got to go back and watch some of my old videos, watch some of the tips and the ways that I can make a little bit of extra money using the app, using the passenger app together. There's a few things you can do that'll help. And depending on what city you're in, it definitely may be a completely different scenario. But with that, Uber has been growing so much. And what pisses me off about them is that they are such bullies. They can just drop the fares, which automatically makes their competitors drop their fares. Lyft automatically makes their competitors drop the fares just to stay in the game. And I think it's pretty shitty business. It shows me that they definitely don't care about their actual people pushing and working and driving, their actual partners. Partners. I don't know the last time I fucked over one of my partners, but I'm telling you, the fact that one email can change my income really hurts my feelings. It really hurts my feelings. But like I said, guys, it depends on what city you're in. It depends on if you know what you're doing. And it depends on how streamlined you can be with your app and how familiar you are with the area, if you know your way around, if you have people calling you for personal rides. There's a lot of variables. Of course, it can change. But I do want to tell you guys that it hurt my heart when they did that, and it hurt my soul for the people that I've informed that think they're misinformed, that are accusing me of being a liar, as if I run the Uber game, No, but I'm here to tell you guys what's going on. I'm here to keep you informed. I appreciate it. If you do want to sign up and drive for Uber, take a look. I'll put my link below, of course. If you guys have any questions or theories or comments, please put them below. Feel free to go ahead and lay them out there so everybody else can get involved as well. Share the link if you like it. Hit the thumbs up if you like it. Hit the thumbs down if you hate it. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. Guys, I'll keep the videos coming. It's not just Uber anymore. I had to spread my wings so I could do some other videos for you guys. But anyways, good to see you. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.